y'all, I'm the Geek Apprentice doing a quick Ask Me Anything video, even though I typically only do one a year and usually in the fall, because I didn't prepare a script in time and I'm not even in my usual background because it was going to take too long for me to move everything to my usual spot because I have to leave for work in like 30 minutes. This is actually where I record for my other channel, Sleep the Coon. Link in the description below if that sounds interesting to you. I literally posted this Ask Me Anything on Instagram and YouTube about an hour ago, so sorry if yours didn't get in soon enough. Sarah Simmons asked, if you were in charge of casting the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, who would you cast to portray President Snow and Tigress? I honestly don't have any thoughts for Tigress, but for President Snow, he might be too old for it now. I'm thinking of when he first started on his show. Can't remember his name, but it's the actor who plays Dr. Spencer Reed from Criminal Minds. I think he would be a really good Coriolanus Snow. Might be too old for it now, maybe they can make him seem younger, just something about him. He could play a methodically cold character like that, even though he's just like a lovable nerd, kind of, in the show. Moving on. Romans 5:8 asks, would you prefer if they split the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes movie into 2 parts to cover everything? I would prefer they didn't make the movie period, just because the nature of the book is a little more pointed to certain topics than the Hunger Games trilogy was, and it's things that Hollywood, mainstream media, and frankly our current politics and government would not be okay with shedding light on, as the hypocrites they all are. So I don't think it's going to be portrayed well, but I'm hoping I'm wrong. If it were to be portrayed really well, sure, 2 parts, that's fine by me. Lady Cartman asks, if you could bring one Hunger Games character back to life, who would you choose? None of them, although closely Finnick, maybe. And that's because Suzanne Collins wrote it the way she did for a reason. I don't want to change anything in there. It's supposed to be how it is. Mr. Hyrule says, easy question. What other games are you hoping for besides Breath of the Wild 2 this year? Wow, we can say this year, guys. Breath of the Wild, the sequel to it, comes out this year. Hopefully. I feel pretty confident. I'm excited for the Kirby game. I'm excited for Legends Arceus, hopefully, maybe. I don't know, Pokemon goes back and forth for me. And I can't think of anything else off the top of my head. More Animal Crossing stuff? That would be great. Josh Johns, if you had the chance to voice over any character, what would that character be? This is literally impossible, but if I could voice some extra random character in How to Train Your Dragon from the original trilogy, that would have been great, but I would not want to be a part of anything new. Other than that, probably a Zelda game. I wouldn't say necessarily that I would want to voice Zelda. I think that'd be too much pressure. Personally, I don't think I could do it. But maybe just some other random side character. Or Mifa would have been cool. But maybe a Zelda game. I'd go with that. Charles asks, have you ever played Blossom Tales or any Zelda likes? And if so, what did you think? I have played part of Blossom Tales. I'm not a huge 2D fan, so no. Not really. I know about Genshin Impact. Nah. I'll just stick with Zelda. Yoza Gaming asks, would you be interested in a short novel expanding on the epilogue of Mockingjay? No. I think we suffer from something in our current society, which is having to have an answer to literally everything ever. There's fun to be had in imagining what might be. That's how you get fan fictions and theory videos and things like that. I don't think authors should make an answer to literally everything. As much as I love J.K. Rowling and think she did an amazing job with the Harry Potter series, sometimes I think she could scale back. Doesn't have to do everything. And that's how you end up in a knots. I mean, I know Tolkien's amazing and he had a really big world, but even he didn't answer everything. So no. Short answer, no, I don't want to expand on the epilogue because I think it did what it was supposed to, and we should allow ourselves to have imagination and not need a specific answer to everything. Julia asks, what are your thoughts on the new Breath of the Wild 2 game coming out, and what would you like to see in the game? I've answered this a myriad of ways, but as much as I love the story of the original, for the sequel, I would like a more active participation in the story. Dungeons that could be done in any order, we know it's possible. And just a great big plot twist somewhere in there, something we're not expecting, which I trust Nintendo to do. Yeah, I trust them. Alenna, a patron, asks, favorite song at the moment? Oh gosh, what have I played recently? My favorite song of all time is Always for the past few years, Where No One Goes by Yonsei and John Powell. There are other songs that are pretty high up there. Recently though, I discovered a song called Hallelujah Light Has Come by Barlow Girl. It's from 2008, but it's just really pretty. I'm trying to think if there's another one. Not that I can think of right now, so I will leave it at that. Capt Bergerson, cool dude, asks, what's a video of yours that you're particularly proud of how it turned out? Okay, I never thought Hunger Games videos would do well. I just did not think there was an audience for it. But I decided to do Hunger Games month anyway, my first year on YouTube, back in November 2018. Last year, I did a video called Why Katniss Agreed to a Symbolic Hunger Games, because that was a personal journey of mine where I was trying to figure out why she said yes and was so surprised at how obvious it was in the books, but I completely missed it. That video has blown up. I actually have not even watched it recently. Who knows, I might look back and be like, oh, cringe, that looks terrible. And yeah, it blew up. I realized that there was more of an audience for Hunger Games than I thought, or there just aren't many people talking about it. But that video has, I don't know, 20, 30,000 views? I don't know. I didn't expect that to happen. Hunger Games and How to Train Your Dragon videos have been blowing up. It's really weird. But another one is actually my last video I did in my last series, the Dungeons ones where I ranked the 8 that had won the previous 8, well really 7 episodes in the series, if you will. I like how I edited the beginning going into me talking, because I was always afraid like, oh, it just needs to be a title card and go into it. But I like taking that extra time, because if I'm talking about music, people want to hear the music. So play the music. Especially when I can with something that's a Nintendo video, right? I mean, when I do Hunger Games music videos, I did do one and I love that video, but the music had to be so quiet, and even then I got so many copyrights, and I get it, it's just frustrating. IHM25, or L, I'm not sure if that's lowercase, they ask, did it really snow in Florida? As far as I'm aware, yes. Not when I was here, I was on vacation in Colorado, but it was not anywhere near where I live. But I saw the footage of it. I mean, it was in Florida, so that's cool. I'm actually gonna go back. I did an Ask Me Anything on my Instagram, and I answered on my Instagram, and I'm gonna answer some of those here. I'm gonna go backwards. Loading Cards ask, go-to pizza topping. Pepperoni and sausage. CT Wells 40, average time it takes to make a YouTube video from start to finish. If it's one that involves like gaming footage and lots of different edits and cuts between the writing, setting up, because I have to have my hair fresh out of the shower, and editing and everything, I would say it takes somewhere between 6 to 10 hours, depending. Monty Redgrave asked, would you like to see Ganondorf's redemption arc or a new Triforce of Power holder, maybe? I think I read that inaccurately the first time when I tried to answer. As far as a new holder of the power piece of the Triforce, sure. Character arc, redemption thingy for Ganondorf, as in good guy Ganondorf, absolutely not. No. Evie asks, what's your favorite and least favorite kind of food? Least favorite? Seafood. Absolutely not. Blech. Favorite? Usually common meats like beef, pork, but most especially chicken. All right, well, I really have to go get ready for work now. So that was a random Ask Me Anything. I'm hoping to have more videos soon. I actually made a community post recently kind of describing some of my goals for this year. I want to release somewhere between 35 to 40 scripted videos this year, giving me plenty of cushioning for weeks where I'm not able to record. That I would like to release one video for every fandom that I enjoy, at least one, you know? Particularly a little bit more How to Train Your Dragon. I'm still kind of confining Hunger Games to November, but we'll see. Be a little bit more consistent with live streaming. At the current, it looks like it's gonna be Fridays at about 7:30, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's just tough because I usually wake up at about 6 a.m. the next day. So we'll see. Maybe Saturdays and Sundays, but Fridays, I think for sure, are gonna be live stream evenings. So hopefully I have a little bit more of a consistent year because we have grown so much and I've made so many changes and everything. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, for some reason it was your first one, subscribe, check out my other content. I talk about a myriad of topics. As you can tell, Zelda, How to Train Your Dragon, and Hunger Games are some of my favorites. Thank you, by the way, to my amazing patrons, especially those in the Highland tier, Joking Batman, Code and Data, Trevor, and McToppler. Y'all are amazing, as well as my members on the channel, the Geekdom, which anyone who supports is the Geekdom, really. But members of the YouTube channel, thank you guys as well for your support. Y'all are amazing. But anyway, that's all for today. Thank you for watching.